Good evening, race fans. Welcome to Prime Time Racing TV. I'm here. My name's Brandon Kreutz. I'm here in the booth with Corey Silva. Corey, how you doing tonight?
Good, Brandon. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing great. Ready to see some racing here at Daytona International Speedway with the Vintage Racing Group. Gen 6 cars here at Daytona. Their preseason race, if you will, the exhibition race. This is NASCAR's version of the Clash. Or their version of NASCAR's Clash.
Yeah, it should be good. We've all had a winter off from seeing cars on the track in real life, so while we have that going on tonight in real life, we get a little teaser here and some warm-up for that, so I'm excited to be here.
A little bit of information about this league. Though they run the modern cars and the modern tracks, they were going off the 2001 NASCAR Winston Cup Series schedule, full schedule, about 50% races. So this should be a good one. Corey, what do you expect to see in this race tonight?
I expect to see tight racing, 2-3 wide, and I hope not to see a big one, but it's Daytona, so we all know that's possible.
Always bound to happen here at Daytona. And anything you want to add about maybe some facts about Daytona International Speedway?
Yep, so we 2.5 miles around here, 31 degrees of banking. Looks like we're running in the late afternoon, so there should be plenty of grip. So I don't foresee handling being too much of an issue. So I think it's going to be all about picking the right line, having the right partner, and see who has the right strategy to pull off the victory.
Absolutely, I think you were right on that one. So you got a good entry of drivers here. I think this should be an interesting race, though it's not a full field. We're about halfway to a full field, and just enough to make things exciting, I'd say.
Yeah, we have just about as many cars here as I think we're going to have in the real, Monster Energy Cup Series race tonight. So about 18, it's a perfect warm-up. So we'll see what these guys can pull off for us tonight.
Absolutely, I'm seeing some mad fast guys out here tonight. A lot of fast names in here as well. You can see at the top of your leaderboard, Cole Borgstadt, Eric Revere, David Darrell. That's your top three in practice, and as
under
we know,
the 45-second bracket, that is a sight to see.
Absolutely, very impressive times here tonight, and very fast pace. Should be a very interesting race, and you can catch it all here on Prime Time Racing TV. Got about 3 minutes left of practice. As soon as qualifying gets underway, we will step away, and you guys can see some of these mad fast times roll in on the leaderboard.
We have had a lot of guys doing their pack practice here, seeing who they're going to want to work with to see what lines are working. And one other thing we're going to have to watch out for is the old radiator. You have to make sure you get that car some air, or you could kerplunk it, and you don't want to do that.
Absolutely. Definitely an issue here at Daytona. Sometimes guys put a little bit too much tape on the nose, and it causes an issue where they have to possibly pit early. And it's nothing that you want to see here. You lose that draft, you are essentially done for.
I had a race here a couple seasons ago in my league, and I was drafting with a guy. I was on the outside, he was pushing me, and he blew his motor with 2 laps to go, and I lost my partner and I lost the race. So it can happen.
Absolutely can happen. So these guys, most of these guys have been in here for this whole practice session. Got a feel for the drivers that they'll be racing. Keep in mind, this is the first ever race here in this league. As soon as the green flag drops, it'll be the first time in history of this league that the green flag drops. So this is the start of season 1 for these guys, and already some really fast names and some really fast times being put out. I think these guys could build a great reputation.
Yeah, I was just going to say that this is right now, nobody knows each other. They don't know what to expect. They don't know who's who. They don't know who could do what. So it's going to be about feeling each other out, knowing who you're racing with, and develop those relationships over the course of the season.
Absolutely, and should be a good one. Definitely looking around here, these guys are keeping it pretty clean, even racing in packs. So seems like they're starting to get comfortable with one another. Good mix of guys here. We
have a lot of good paint schemes in the room here as well. I'm liking what I'm seeing on these cars right here.
Yeah, I've noticed that too. A lot of guys have some fast-looking cars out here.
Where we are the Vintage Racing League, Joshua Witherspoon in the number 28 with the old number 28 Haviland, Davey Allison, Ricky Rudd. A lot of guys have run that scheme before. It's a nice one.
Oh yeah, I see that. That's some good-looking cars out here tonight. That is for sure. So really not a lot of action out here in practice. These guys want to try to keep their cars clean and try to warm themselves up a little bit. See some guys practicing pit road here. Seeing what their entry will be like coming in here. Cole Borgstedt at the top of the leaderboard right now, only running part-time in this series though. He will be actually running part-time in this league in general, part-time in the Busch Series as well. So good to see him running some fast times out here.
Yeah. Whenever you're a part-time driver, you don't just want to come in and kind of fill in the field. When you come in, you want to make a bang and you want to go out with the win. So I know he's going to give it his all, probably make some aggressive moves because he knows he's not going to be in the title fight.
Absolutely. And that's the way you do it right there. Come out banging at the top of the leaderboard as we get ready to go into qualifying now.
Single car qualifying, so everybody's going to have to throw out that pack knowledge they had and then just run the smoothest laps they could possibly run.
Absolutely. And so it should be an interesting one. So you see some of these guys working their way out onto the racetrack.
You're going to see a lot of guys run right by the wall on the first lap, get as much momentum built up as possible, and then run the low line on lap 2.
So we sit there and watch some of these guys out here. See Zach Mecca in the 125 running right up against the wall here on this first lap. Get you an idea of what some of these qualifying laps are like here at Daytona and see how these guys run so fast.
And don't take the first lap seriously on the board. There'll be a couple of guys that run low, I'm sure, but everyone's going to have a throw away the first lap and put it all on the line for lap 2.
See Zach Mecca running up high the first lap here in that number 125.
Hey, I think he just ran a little too high. I think he tapped the wall there potentially, or if not, he ran pretty damn close to it.
I think it was pretty close, that's for sure.
Couldn't fit a paper in there.
Oh no. So these guys gotta sit here and qualify, and we're gonna step away and take a quick break from you guys.
10-4. How do you do that without muting TeamSpeak? Yeah, okay. Have like filler music or something, or is it just the footage? They're fine. Is that 5 people already watching? 6? Oh, we fancy, huh? Yeah. Un momento.
Definitely
You might be a skosh high. Just waiting to hear myself. I'm too loud. I'm louder than you were. Probably like 25% louder than you were. Or my TeamSpeak volume, whatever. Or my specific TeamSpeak volume. Testing, testing. This is like the voice I was talking into, pretty much, though. You need a little more mic volume. That's from Mark. Can you boost it in TeamSpeak? Mark says mine's fine. I can walk you through it after. There's finicky settings in there. Yep.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back here. So let's run down through your grid real quick.
All right, we have Joshua Witherspoon taking the pole with a 46.829. Joshua Buckman on the front row. And Bob Mertens P3, Thomas Vaness, I'm sorry, I could get these wrong. P4, James 17 of James Colib, I'm sorry, I don't know these names. First time in the league.
That's all right. You're going to have to run through the whole grid because my grid is a little bit screwed up right now.
Ryan Nichols is P6, Mark Goldstein P7, Steven Messerol P8, Chris Shaw is the 9th, and Dustin Ping rounds out the top 10 with a 47.117. Eric Riviere is number 11 with a 47.174. Cole Borgestedt is number 12. Zach Mecca in the 125 car starting 13th. Ryan Hatherell 14th. David Dorrell 15th. Brandon Red 16th. And rounding out the field is Jason Burgess. He did not take a qualifying time. Perhaps that was a strategy to start in the back.
And I do apologize, folks, as I had my qualifying working and then I screwed it up. So that is my bad. So we're getting ready to run about 36 laps here at Daytona International Speedway. Pace car pulls off.
And it looks like we have a car who's... Oh, I'm sorry. I thought he was just slow off the grid. I know sometimes people like to start in the back here and pull off in the pits and start last on the field. But that wasn't the case. So everyone's going to start where they qualified. No one's going to start in the back. No one's starting in the pits.
The 28 of Josh Witherspoon up here on the pole.
Where we have a 35-lap race, and this is not a points race. This is merely an exhibition. I don't expect to see people buying time and taking laps and just running single file. I do expect that we're going to have a pretty intense race here.
Yeah, I'd say so, and should be a good one. Should be very entertaining, I'd say.
I don't think we will have to come down pit road here, barring any damage of sorts. So it should be out here the whole time. Hopefully we can go green. That'll be interesting.
Absolutely.
Oh, actually, I'm incorrect on that. We have half of the fuel load in these cars. So
oh, that's right. I did forget about that. These guys will be running 50% fuel for these races.
So throw out that logic I just said. We will have to hit pit road in these 35 laps.
All right, so pace car getting ready to duck down, makes that hard left turn.
Green flag.
Green flag is in the air at Daytona. Season 1 is underway at the Vintage Racing Group.
And we already have some 3 wide as the 24 car mid-pack is taking a 3 wide. So you can know, oh, they're already aggressive, but for the first and second, we are still side by side.
We got someone blinking back there. That may have been Cole Borgstadt.
It looks
He
like
is out of the way.
the 7 of Ryan Nichols is trying to give the 41 of Josh Buckman a push here on the outside and get that line going, but they are still dead even up here for the top. They're side by side, about 5 rows deep now.
Coming down into turn number 4 now. Working their way back onto the front stretch and through the tri-oval.
Yeah, Josh Witherspoon has gotten himself clear, so he is now solely your leader now, and the top 2 are clear of the outside line.
Lot of movement going on through the pack right now. They're starting to work their way single file, though.
Yeah, it does look like the bottom is becoming the prominent line, so it looks like maybe we are going to run single file, at least for the time being. Josh Buckman still on the outside in the 41. He has no help up there. Just as I say that, no, the 17 car is pulled up there of James Copley.
88 tries to pull out, actually pulls completely out of line up towards the top of the racetrack. Now coming back, working through the tri-oval once again. These cars get really light through here. A lot of movement. 27 almost made contact with the 17 up front.
Oh, we're going to be tight here. The 17 is really slow on the outside, but they did check up for him. I thought they were going to try to split him.
That was a close call there between the 17 and I believe it was the 27.
I believe it
Or maybe the 41.
But right now, the 17 is hung up to dry. The 41 of Josh Buckman's under him, and we are completely single file for the first about 12 spots right now.
A little bit of pushing going on up front here with your 2 leaders trying to get the advantage and lead this pack through here. Make them stay single file. They don't want anyone pulling to the outside of them.
Some of this could be setup, some of this could be strategy. We have to remember everyone's set up a little different here. So
oh, you got one around in the back. That looks like the 6. What a save.
I did not see that off. Go check it.
That was Brandon Red with an amazing save towards the back of the field through the grass.
Ah, yes. He had a little dance with the apron there, and it didn't end very well for him, but he did a masterful job saving it there. So if he gets the caution, he'll be right back in it, but he's going to need some help.
Taking a look at this replay coming up through the tri-oval. Let's see what happened to him. He clipped the apron and just took a swing down through the grass there. He didn't even hit anything. Very, very impressive save by Brandon Red.
And as we come up front here, we have an attempted battle for the lead going on here. It looks like Bob Mertens is trying to look to the outside.
27 has no help, though.
Nope, he took a chance, and everyone said no. They are stuck to the bottom.
Eric Revere tries to duck underneath the 24 through mid-pack, though, as he tried to get the draft off the 27 to help him out a little bit. Didn't quite work, though.
We do have an attempt on the outside. Josh Buckman, he seems to be the guy that wants to make that outside line work. He is up there with the 27 of Bob Mertens, but Bob, ooh! Looks like Bob tried to sneak in there.
41 gets into the wall just a little bit. Buckman into the wall just a little bit. Just tapped it.
It looks like Bob Mertens was very indecisive with what he wanted to do, and that threw Josh a bit of confusion there, but we made it.
So these guys keeping it clean so far. Besides the incident that that Red had there back with the 6 car, but that wasn't what you had to get an amazing save. See these guys still kind of all over the place on the racetrack.
Yeah, we
very
have
hard to keep these cars straight.
Ryan Nichols taking a look to the outside of Josh Witherspoon up here. He has a fender on him, but again, he has no help. Chris Shaw and the Cheerios, I think that's a Chevy up top. He's up there, and we have Bob Merton. So we have 3 guys trying to make the top work up to front here. The
top lane starting to form. And you got to remember, these guys can push in these cars a little bit if they can get inside of that air bubble. There is no restrictions here about pushing or tandeming in this league. So
Ryan Hatherill in the Jeff Gordon Pepsi Chevrolet there, he is really hanging on to the 28, and as long as he does that, the outside is going to be in a quite difficult challenge to get anywhere.
Yeah, a little bit. Hatherill's right on the back bumper of the 28 of Witherspoon, however.
It seems these guys might just be kind of riding it out here until pit stops. That's what it seems is going to be happening.
I'm not quite sure how many laps they'll have to go on 50% fuel, though. So that's something we'll have to look out for.
If I had to guess, I would say around lap 25, but we'll see. I've been wrong in the past.
Some strategy could be played here as well. 6 car just coming. Looks like he's just coming out of pit road.
Yeah, Brandon Redd, he was the one that had that masterful save. Looks like he decided to pit, and maybe he'll just try to see what luck has if he doesn't have to go the rest of the way now.
Yeah, I'd say that maybe a smart idea, see if he can cling onto the draft here. It doesn't look like he'll be able to. So these guys just keeping a single file right now. Not too much action as we got a couple guys jumping out of line. Looks like a little bit of a stack up back there maybe.
Some guys maybe trying to get some air, just indecisive, but I have the guys I'm looking at. Bob Mertens in the 27. He wants to make the outside work. He does not want to be stuck there, but he just doesn't have anyone to help him. But as I say that, now we have the 125 of Zach Mecca. He's on the outside with Josh Buckman. And we have 2 guys trying to take on the whole pack here on the inside. They are up to 4th place on the inside.
The outside trying to form here.
And now the 43 has joined them of Chris Shaw. You need about 4 guys up there to get something going, and we have 3. So, the
27 goes around,
and he did the same exact thing as Brandon Redd. He just missed the wall.
No way!
Oh my goodness! And we have a
wreck. David Darrell in 27. Oh no!
That was
caution flag is in the air.
An amazing piece of driving with some horrible luck thrown in for Bob Mertens.
So let's see what happened here in the replay. 27 looks like he never lifted. Well, he did. Oh, he launched up.
Yeah, he launched off of the road, the access road. The abrupt transition between grass and the access road got him up aerial and thrown him right into the track.
All right, so let's take a look at this one more time. He clipped the apron, did the same thing that Brandon Redd did in the 6th. Comes up, never hits the brakes.
Millimeters. Oh my goodness, how did he miss that exit wall?
He never hits the brakes and just flies up over that berm, collects David Darrell.
That was just complete bad luck for David Darrell in the 06. He was just an innocent bystander there.
Oh man, that's a bummer. So
and we don't have any quick fixes in this league, so unfortunately that damage is permanent.
That'll probably put both of those guys out of the race. A little bit of air time for the number 27.
Yep, and the 27 has pulled it behind the wall with that damage.
Oh, bummer of a wreck there.
We are on lap 10 now, so according to my estimates, I do feel like if they pit now, they should be fine for the rest of the race. And the whole pack is here on pit road, led by the 28.
Everyone pulling into their pit stalls. See who wins the race off pit road.
Brandon Red in the 6 looks like he's going to be the beneficiary of the. Actually, he's 2 laps down, so he'll get one of them back on this caution.
Looks like Witherspoon will get out of pit road first. These guys are actually, most of these guys did take tires here, so
under caution, it can't hurt.
absolutely.
As we line up behind the pace car here, we can see if any positions have changed. Looks like Josh Witherspoon is still going to be front of the board here. But it looks like Josh Buckman, I think he's picked up some spots. Maybe he took 2 tires or just gas only on that stop. He's now P2.
It does look like that. So, the number 7 of Nichols back there in 3rd place.
Yeah, so I think it looks like Josh, like I said, Josh Buckman in the 41, he was the guy who played strategy, but I wouldn't really expect him to be very hindered by any strategy. Tires aren't too big of a factor here, at least on only on 10 laps, so.
Yeah, that's right. So, see, we should be getting 1 to go here soon. Possibly 2 to go that time by. So, Corey, what are your thoughts on this race so far? What do you think of this league so far? I know it's only the first race, but a lot of fast guys in here.
Yeah, fast guys. They're not afraid to race tight and race aggressively and make tight moves, which I like that. So I'm just waiting to see what they really bring to the table once the race is coming to a close.
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely be an interesting end here. Their preseason race back about a month ago had an extremely exciting ending to it. Involved about 3 or 4 cars nearly wrecking, saving it, and then race to the line. So a lot of good driving in their preseason. I imagine that this race will probably end just as exciting.
I can't imagine them staying in line to end this race. So now that we are coming down to about 20 laps to go, I think once we hit 10 laps to go, I think the bottom's going to drop out and we're going to start racing.
Yeah, I think you're about right with that one.
And hopefully the lights go out on the Ford Mustang pace car and we can get the 1 to go this time, we're hoping. Well,
while we got a break, why don't we pull Brandon Rudd in here and see what he has to say about that epic save that he had. Brandon Rudd, you got a copy?
Hear you.
So we saw that you had an amazing save down there just a few laps ago. What happened and how scary was that ride?
I was pretty scared. Got below that yellow line. Is
you did cut out just a little bit there.
my bad.
So yeah, getting below that yellow line definitely didn't quite work out, and that was an amazing save though. It looks like you are just one lap down now. Maybe you can get another yellow and grab that lucky dog.
Open.
Well, good luck out there, and hope to see you up front soon. Alright.
There we
That
are.
was Brandon Red.
Yeah, we are on 1 to go. The field is on the back straightaway, and we will be going racing in a matter of moments here.
So I just noticed the 28 is now at the back of the pack. Possibly a drop to end penalty?
Very well. I know all about those. Speeding on the pits. Speeding in the pits, or sometimes in a preseason race, it's more fun to start in the back. So we don't know. We'll have to ask him after, depending how it ends out.
Absolutely.
And I just got pronunciation. The number, I'm sorry, as we go to green. The number 17, his name is pronounced James Coulibaly. I do apologize for saying that wrong. Thank you for telling us that.
Green flag.
Green flag back in the air here at Daytona. First restart of the night.
And we are 3 wide. Zach Mecca is not playing around. He wants to go right now. And it looks like the
3 wide at the
43
front.
The 43 is not going to go with him. The 43 of Chris Shaw is going. Oh, yes, he is going to go to the outside here. We're still 3 wide.
And Zach Mecca pulls it back down as he had no help on that outside lane. He was trying to leave 24 hanging, drops down behind his teammate of Eric Revere.
And now the 24 wants to get down to the bottom, but he does not have any space. He's really close to the side of Zach Mecca there, but he's going to have to fall to the back and find a place in line.
43 back there was looking to the inside as well. And,
yeah,
they're wrecking. 24's around. Ryan Hatherhill, the big one at Daytona.
And unfortunately, Brandon Red was in that. He's not going to be able to get the lucky dog on that.
Oh, man. So, that was the number 24 car.
Brian Hatherhill. Looks like he, there was a space. There wasn't enough space, and 2 cars were trying to go for it.
See if I can find his car on here.
We were coming off
Brandon
turn
Red
4
was
here.
involved in that, so. There he is. So, coming off the corner, looks like he got tagged in the rear bumper, and that caused a big mess, and the 6 came piling in there. That was a really heavy hit there.
Yeah, and that's going to take out probably about 4 or 5 of our pack here, so we're going to have a smaller pack here to finish this race out, unfortunately.
Wow.
Looks like we have the 24, the 6, the 20. See if there's a couple others scattering in the grass, but yeah, I think at least three guys are going to have issues after that one.
So, a little bit of juking coming down pit road here.
The 29 car, Jason Burgess, is taking it behind the wall for the race. I just heard someone's engine go. I don't know who that was, but I just heard a clunk.
That was someone there on pit road.
That was the 20 of Dustin Ping. He has blown up.
Oh, man, that's a shame. So, looking at some of these guys on pit road, let's see who wins the race off pit road. Obviously, it'll be for about mid-pack positions.
Well, we'll still have, so we have the 7 of Ryan Nichols. We have Eric Revere in the 02. We have Zach Mecca in the 125. James Coulibaly in the 17. We have Stephen Messerell in the 44. Those cars are all appear to be clean so far. And coming off pit road, Josh Buckman seems okay. Thomas Benassi in the 23. He seems to be all right.
41 of Josh Buckman was the one who won the race off pit road there for about mid-pack.
We still have Josh Witherspoon. He came off pit road. He seems to be fine. So we'll still have about 10 cars here that are still drivable, at least, to be battling for the rest of this race.
Yes, should still be good coming down to the end here. Of course, it was a smaller field to start, so, Classic Daytona, the big one, can throw a little bit of controversy when there is a wreck. But, smaller fields didn't shorten up too much, so we should still have a really good race coming down here to the end.
Yeah, we'll have about 15 to go, and we'll have about 10 cars, so that's plenty to put on a good race, and I'm sure we'll see it.
Absolutely.
Let's see if the pace car is nice to us and wants to give us 1 to go this time.
And
It is. Oh, no, it's not.
no, it's not. You spoke too soon.
Yeah, I tried. I want us to get back to racing.
Caution period's always long here at Daytona International. Be sure everyone to tune in tonight on Fox Sports 1 to watch the NASCAR Monster Energy Cup Series Clash at Daytona, provided by Advanced Auto Parts. It's going to be on Fox Sports 1, also on the Fox Sports Go app for those outside of the U.S.
And no, we did not get sponsored to say that. We just like racing.
Absolutely.
Anybody else that we could pull in the booth here, Brandon?
Yeah, let's go ahead and,
Or we could take the leader.
yeah, let's pull Ryan up in here. Ryan, this is Primetime Racing TV booth. You got a copy?
I got you, bud.
So you're sitting here up here in the lead. What are your thoughts for the remainder of this race, and how's it been so far?
I don't know. We're just going to try and keep our target Chevy out front. I mean, we got a pretty solid setup underneath this thing, so we're just going to do the best we can. Hopefully we have enough fuel to make it to the end, and we're just going to run as hard as we can and try and stay up front.
And you mentioned fuel possibly being an issue. Are there any concerns for the remainder of this race?
Yeah, possibly. We're just going to, try to conserve, save our stuff, and hope we can be up at the front at the end.
All right, well, you're getting the 1 to green now. Good luck for the remainder of this race, and hopefully we'll see you in a podium.
All right, thank you, bud.
That was interesting that he's apparently playing the low fuel game, trying to keep as little fuel in that car as possible. So we'll see if he did his numbers right.
Absolutely. I'm sorry for that little bit of flash of the web browser, folks. I'm trying to open up my overlays again. This is the first broadcast of the season for us as well, so we're just trying to shake the rust off. I myself did the preseason for these guys, and that was about a month ago, so got to gain back what I lost in that short amount of time there.
Yeah, rust builds quickly, as we've all learned.
Absolutely. So, Corey, why don't you get him started this time?
Will do. We have Ryan Nichols will be taking the, he'll be in control of this restart as the leader. It looks like he's taking the inside. We have Eric Revere in the 0-2 on the outside, coming off of turn 4. And that pace car is just about to take that hard left turn down the pit lane, just as it does. Right. And we are going to wait for Eric to get on, for Ryan to get on the gas. Green, green, green. Ryan is on the loud pedal here, and we are side by side here at the tri-oval.
As you can see, the field dramatically shortened as they are running too wide. A lot less cars than the previous restart here.
Looks like Eric Revere in the 0-2. He got a good run. He's got a good push from the 17 on the outside. He has a better push than Ryan has on the bottom right now, so it looks like he may have the upper hand on the outside.
These guys working their way down the backstretch now, going down into turn number 3. Corey, do you think that these guys will take any caution as Eric Revere takes the lead in the number 0-2? Do you guys think that these guys will take any caution from seeing that last wreck?
I think that they're going to play. I think we're going to play aggressive but fair till about 5 to go, and then we'll start playing. We'll start being a little more iffy with our moves, if we'll put it nicely.
Yeah, that's probably a safe bet.
So yeah, like as you said, the 0-2 Eric Revere, he is clear, and it looks like Ryan Nichols in the 7's also clear, but we have the 17 of James Colaball on the outside. I'm sorry, I'm getting your name wrong. I will get it right over time.
So the outside line still trying to make it work out there. They're working on side draft and everything else. Doesn't look like they're quite getting close enough for side draft. I think these guys are just trying to take it easy right now.
Take it easy and be aggressive at the same time. It is a thing, guys. We can. It is a thing.
It is.
The outside is starting to surge here. On the outside, we have James, I will get this right. Koulibaly on the outside here. I'm looking at the pronunciation he gave me. I will get it right. But he had a good surge. I think he actually led that lap.
He gets side by side with Eric Revere. 17:02 up front right now.
Yeah, we are side by side for the first 4 rows here. 4 of the 5 potential rows we have left in the field. Still waiting to see Josh Buckman and the 28 of Josh Witherspoon make their way back up here. They're still riding the back.
I don't know if they're expecting something or how it looks there on the racetrack. These guys are getting a little bit squirrely up here, but maybe they're giving themselves a little bit of room to check up if we have another wreck.
The 17 on the outside, he has led another lap here, so as we take 13 to go.
The outside seems to have the slight advantage at this point. They cannot get cleared, but maybe it's not a bad thing.
The outside, if you can hold a quarter panel on exit, you'll get him at the line as long as you have a good push. You'll always lose time in the corner, but you'll always get it back on the straightaway.
Yeah, that sounds about right. So these front 4 guys have pulled away just a little bit, actually. Second pack still keeping up with them.
But Eric Revere has cleared Koulibaly here on the inside. Ooh, a couple guys playing with that apron there. That's dangerous.
Man. We've already seen 2 guys go off the track and have epic saves down there already tonight.
But look what the 17 has in his beer. Absolutely nothing. He's all by himself here on the outside, and now he's going to get freight trained until 23 can catch up to him, Thomas Vanessa.
Yeah, 2 guys moved up outside. Will any more move up as well?
It's getting tight.
Oh, 43 ducks below the double yellow. A little bit of a stack up. These guys are getting really squirrely back here.
The 17, he's back to the outside. He is the guy who's going to be making that outside work, it seems like. He has that run on Eric Revere. And it looks like the 28 and the 41 are working together here on the top of the back line here, so we'll see if they can get something going. You know, they were leading the front half of this race.
Koulibaly may have just led that lap again. I'm not sure.
And we have a 2. Ooh, someone.
Little bit of tap on the outside wall there by the 23.
It's a 200-mile-an-hour pace lap right now, guys. We are just side by side throughout this whole field right now with 11 laps to go.
And the 17 clears the 02 of Eric Revere.
Yeah, this is the first time he's been on the bottom this whole race that I can tell on the lead.
These guys still a little bit spread out now.
Someone we
Eric
haven't talked about all
Revere
race.
looking to the outside.
Someone we haven't talked about all race is Mark Goldstein here in the 88. He's on the outside here with Thomas Vanessa, so let's see if they can get something going.
That's very true. Pushing that 23 car right now.
And they're getting some headway here. They're just about to try to get to the quarter panel of Eric Revere. Ooh, and the number 7 Ryan Nichols is trying to take that air off of him, trying to get that side draft.
Wow.
And it worked. He stalled them out, so now they're going to re-get their momentum. But look who's back here. The 28's right back in the picture. Him and Josh Buckman.
Look at these guys clinging back onto the draft. A couple loners out there in the back, but they are still in touch with the draft.
They're still in touch, but they can't mess around because they can lose it. Once you get about a half second back, it's tough to get it back.
Absolutely. The outside's still trying to make something work there with the 23 and the 88, but no one is going on with them.
As we are under 10 laps to go now, 9 laps to go as we cross the line that time by. We have the 17, James Koulibaly on the outside. Oh, I'm sorry, on the inside as he's leading the pack. Eric Revere P2, Ryan Nichols in 3rd, all single file.
These guys pretty tame right now, for about as tame as you can get at Daytona. Not a lot of action right now. I'm sure the drivers are saying the complete opposite from inside of the cockpit. From TV view, it's about as tame as Daytona will get.
Right now, they are just playing their strategies. They are sitting in the car here. What am I going to do, and when am I going to do it? And we have there is a slower car coming up here. Dustin Ping in the 20 Busch car.
Zach Mecca in the 125 was messing around with that apron just a little bit, coming through the tri-oval.
So
almost did the same thing as the past other guys did.
Justin Ping is going to be a good sportsman right here and pull off to the inside, let leaders go. But he may catch on to the back here.
Probably about the best thing that you can do as a lap car in this situation. You don't want to mess around with these leaders. Oh, side draft starting to come into play by this number 23 now. Pushing these guys all the way to the double yellow.
But he needs to get more help from Mark Goldstein. Mark is too far back to really give him any kind of assistance right now.
Ooh, near contact. Part of the side draft, near contact there.
If we're calling out bets, I'm calling bets on Joshua Witherspoon and the 41 of Josh Buckman to pull some kind of tag team here. They seem to be right on each other's bumper.
17 of Koulibaly, my apologies. Doing a little bit of blocking out there out front.
Brandon, do you have information? Is there blocking policy in this league?
There is not. It's have at it, boys. Essentially, whatever you can do. Whatever you can do.
And as you're talking, I'm sorry to cut you off. The 23, Thomas Vanassi on the outside. He looks like he has a little bit of a run, and Mark Goldstein's giving him a whale of a push right now.
Absolutely. Now coming to 6 laps to go. Essentially, what the rules were back then is what you can do now, except for some minor touches with the iRacing system.
And the 88 is giving him a whale of a push. Eric Revere has got back to the bumper, though, of Koulibaly, so let's see what goes on. Oh, Eric playing with the apron here.
Wow, looking just a little bit, seeing what he can do down there. It is not...
Can Vanassi clear on the outside? No, he cannot.
Double yellow line is out of bounds. Whoa!
Really pinched the O2 there. Little contact made. And oh no, Eric, hold on to it.
Wow!
What a save!
Getting squirrely up here, down below the double yellow.
5 laps to go, and the gloves are coming off.
The double yellow line is out of bounds. You cannot pass there, but if you do pass, you can get that position back without any penalty.
Now we have to worry about the 28 here, Witherspoon. Is he going to be able to hang on to the pack here? I think he will. He has the 41 still helping him out.
Yeah, they're hanging in there back there. They're locked on.
They're more than hanging in there. They have 205 miles an hour of speed right now, so they're going to have a whale of a run. And they didn't know what to do with it, so he's looks like he tried to go to the outside. But we're single file here as we take 4 laps to go.
And the 28 and the 41 trying to get outside here.
And the 23 of Thomas Vanassi is still leading this race with Mark Goldstein behind him. 2 guys up front that haven't been there all day, but they're up front when it matters.
Absolutely. And boy, oh boy, this is getting interesting.
You know he's not going to roll over and play dead. He has the 7 behind him of Ryan Nichols in the 02 of Eric Revere, who's tried to take a look underneath the 7.
No.
He's taking a look at. Oh,
he shoved him up the racetrack to try to get underneath him, and it worked.
He said, "I want this space, and I'm taking it."
You can. There was very little chance that was going to work out for Eric, and it did end up working, and it looks like he does have his teammate behind him. The 125 is Zach Mecca, and the 02 are teammates. They are now working together, and they're getting up there.
And we have Koulibaly and Nichols here on the outside. We have Goldstein and Vanassi on the inside. That outside line has 4, and look who's there. Witherspoon and
Eric Revere tags the 88. Oh. They're wrecking behind him.
And the 23.
Caution flag is out. That'll end the race. The 23 will take the victory.
That's not how we wanted to see it end, but that's restrictor plate racing.
Let's go back and look at this replay. Eric Revere was trying the same move that he tried on the number 7.
Yeah, looks like Mark Goldstein was kind of running the middle, and Revere saw a lane that was there, and it looks like Goldstein tried to close it, but closed it a little bit too late.
Zach Mecca barely getting through that in the number 125. Wow.
But yeah, Thomas Vanassi in the 23. He hung in the back, middle of the pack driver, and look what happens at the end of the race. You're there in the right time. Now, of course, it's not over, and we know some guys had fuel concerns. They still do have to pace around 2 laps, so if fuel's a concern, it's not over yet, technically.
Yeah, absolutely. So your unofficial winner at this point in the game will be Vanassi. Number 23 car.
And just to confirm, it looks like I have Zach Mecca here, Pete, running in second, but I think that should belong to Eric Revere.
Yep, I believe so. Maybe not.
Well, let's see as our standings refresh as they pass by. I guess, yeah, Zach Mecca, he is number 2.
All depends on the time of the caution, so Mecca must have been ahead when the caution came out.
At the scoring loops, and Brandon, I will give you from our audience here, you have nice wallpaper on your desktop.
Oh, well, thank you. Yeah, I apologize about that. Flashed you guys a little bit with my my desktop, trying to pull up my overlays again. Apologize about that. Yet again, still trying to shake the rust off. Best way to do that is with the exhibition race.
So we are on the back straightaway. We just have to get around for half a lap. And correct me, we are on the white flag, correct? Yes, we are. Just have to get around half a lap. And Brandon, so where are these vintage racing guys starting their season officially?
Right here at Daytona International Speedway with the Daytona 250. That'll be, you can catch it next week, Saturday. And I did it again. I flashed you guys. But, yeah, you can tune in next week. It'll be an hour later than what it was today. These guys trying to get this race out of the way before the Advanced Auto Parts Clash for the NASCAR Monster Energy Cup Series.
And we're going to come off into the tri-oval here, albeit at 80 miles an hour, and Thomas Fanassi is going to be your preseason winner in the inaugural Vintage Racing Group shootout here at Daytona.
Good for him. Awesome job for him.
We saw some hard, aggressive racing, fighting for every inch, and that's exactly what you want to see. So hopefully we see more of that out of these guys.
Absolutely. And it's great racing as you see your podium up there on the top ticker. 23 of Vanassi, 125 of Mecca, and the 02 of Revere.
As we go down the rest of the unofficial of the results, Stephen Mesro will take position 4. James Coolball will finish 5th when he was going for the win there at the very end. That was a heartbreaker. Chris Shaw in 6th, Mark Goldstein 7th, Ryan Nichols in 8th, Josh Witherspoon, who is also up front with Josh Buckman. They will finish 9th and 10th respectively. Brandon?
I'm sorry, I do not have my results up right now.
Oh, okay. So Justin Ping with 11th, Brandon Red, who had a masterful save early on but got caught up in a big one. He was 12th, Ryan Hatherill 13th, David Doral 14th, Bob Mertens 15th, Cole Bergestedt 16th, and who didn't actually take the grid at all for any of this race, Jason Burgess will get 17th.
A little bit of burnout action coming from Vanassi. Let's pull him up here and talk to your race winner. Mr. Race Winner, do you have a copy?
Yeah, go ahead.
So that was an awesome show that you put on there. What were your thoughts coming to the end of this race and when those guys wrecked behind you?
You know what? It was pretty fun coming around the outside. I got a good lot of thanks to my teammate, Mark Goldstein, in the 88 Budweiser car. He pushed me all the way around the outside. We talked during the last caution to see what we could do to get to the front. We knew we were going to have to get by the 02 along with Mecca. Once we got up there, I saw him wreck behind me, and thought it was an unfortunate end. I wanted to see us finish 1-2, but couldn't have had more fun in the Beavers car tonight, and looking forward to the next race.
Awesome. So, will you be running full-time this season in the Vintage Racing Group Cup Series?
Yeah, definitely. I think it's going to be a blast to run the schedule that we're looking at with the 2001 Cup schedule. It's going to be a lot of fun. Been looking for a while to get into an open setup league too, so this is going to be a good time. The best part is there's a lot of good guys in here. A couple people get irritated at plate tracks, but for the most part, everybody drove clean, drove as good as they could, and it was a lot of fun.
Awesome to hear. Is there anyone that you'd like to thank tonight?
Yeah, definitely. I want to thank my sponsors, Tipmasters Motorsports here in Bemidji, Minnesota, the BSU Beavers men's hockey team, who I'm also sponsored by. I have on my car tonight, and definitely all my brothers in the United States Marine Corps, past and present. So looking forward to a great season. It should be a lot of fun.
Awesome to hear. Congratulations on your victory tonight.
Thanks, boss. Have a good one.
You too. Pull Zach Mecca up here now. Corey, you want to get Zach?
Sure.
Zach Mecca, you got a copy.
Yes, sir.
So we saw you here. You were running up front. You had you kind of back to the front all race. So what was your summary of your race out there tonight?
Really, I was just trying to stay with the draft. I think in the beginning I wanted to kind of lay back a little bit. Didn't know how everything was going to play out with a new group of guys, and I'd say it worked out pretty well. And towards the end, I tried to start making moves, and just made some bad moves, and got taken out of the draft and moved to the back, and then them back. And in the end, I think it kind of worked out.
Yeah, you saw you did a kind of had a little bit of an issue getting through that wreck, but you got through and still got the podium. So, do you think you learned enough today to help you out with the season opener next week here at Daytona?
Oh, I think I did. I think I got a layout of how all these guys race, and I think I'm ready to go into this next season opener next week and kill it.
It's good to hear. Is there anybody you'd like to give thanks or shout out to on today's race?
Airhand Collectibles, Pipe Check, and Aftermath Autosports, man.
All right, Zach. Well, congrats on your second place finish here in this unofficial season opener, and we'll catch you next week for the official start of the season.
All right, thank you.
That was Zach Mecca, your second place finisher. Let's pull Eric Revere up here. Eric, you got a copy?
Yeah, 10-4.
So, what were your initial thoughts going into this race, and pretty much all throughout that race here?
You know, it's a new league. You know, a bunch of guys that have never run together, except for a slim few. Honestly, I wasn't sure what to expect. I wasn't sure if we were going to see a wreck fest. I wasn't sure if we were going to see, a 35-lap green flag run. But honestly, as the race started to unwind, you could see who the guys that typically run fast are and who run clean are. And I'm going to give a big shout out to Mark Goldstein because he doored me and I doored him back, and it's just clean, hard racing, and there was no hard feelings between it. So it's a lot of fun.
So obviously that wreck that ended the race, what were your thoughts on that one?
Look, at the end of the day, I'll take the blame on it because I did stick my nose in there. But I'm also going to go back to say that, hey, look, there's 2 laps to go. I had a monster run. I did get nose in there, and he went, come down on me block. But it wasn't, like I said, it was a racing deal. You got 2 laps to go in a Bud Shootout. It's not a race that counts for anything but pride. So, no harm, no foul. And I don't blame him. He doesn't blame me. It was, like I said, it's a racing deal.
All right, and is there anyone that you'd like to thank tonight?
Absolutely. I'd love to first and foremost, thank God, giving me the opportunity to wake up every day and do what I love doing. I'd like to thank the sponsors. We've got Harrihan Collectibles, any diecast ever made, Pipe Check, nationwide referrals, can do, video pipe inspections all across the world. And I sell houses, so I can help you relocate no matter where you're at, the country or the world.
All right, well...
And I'd like to thank Primetime Racing TV for giving us this opportunity to to be public. Really appreciate you guys for doing that.
I appreciate that shout out. Thank you, Eric, and congratulations on your podium finish.
Thanks, sir.
All right, Corey, let's run down through these results just one more time and see what we got here.
Yep, Thomas Vanassi taking your victory here in the inaugural shootout here at Daytona for the Vintage Racing Group. Zach Mecca, number 2. Eric Rivera rounding out the podium. Stephen Nassereau, 4th. And rounding out the top 5, James Coulibaly.
Finishing in 6th is Chris Shaw. 7th, Mark Goldstein. 8th, Ryan Nichols. 9th, Joshua Witherspoon. 10th, Josh Buckman. Corey?
Yep, 11th, just Dustin Ping. 12th, Brandon Red. 13th, Ryan Hathroll. 14th, David Dorrell. 15th, Bob Burton. 16th, Cole Borgestad. And again, didn't take the grid, but Jason Burgess would be 17th.
So, ladies and gentlemen, from Primetime Racing TV, I'm Brandon Kreutz, joined by Corey Silva. And after some awesome saves, some great racing, and even a couple of wrecks here and there, the season opener, or somewhat the season opener, for the Vintage Racing Group in the books now for tonight. We'll catch you next week on Primetime Racing TV.
Have a good one, guys. Thank you.